What's up? What it do? Welcome to Clarence Sports Talkative Jones, presented by Player Progression Goals, www.playprogressgo.com. Hope you're having a great one. Hope everything is good. Um, Getting ready and excited for the NFL draft. That's what I'm doing. Go Falcons. I'm ready to see what we're going to do and see what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins. I'm excited for NFL draft weekend, kicking off Thursday, Friday, and closing out on Saturday. I'm locked in, popcorn ready, extra butter. Let's get it. All right. But I got some things to talk about with the NFL, and I'm not bashing the league. Like I said, I love the league. I appreciate the league. Been watching NFL since 1998. Okay. And for many years that I can remember. Like I said, I started watching NFL, NFL National Football League. I started watching NFL in 1998. Okay, um, and as far as I can remember, from 1998 all the way to 2025, you know, um, I can remember a few things, not a whole lot. Like I said, because I'm primarily a locked in basketball, NBA. Like I said, but I still got love for the NFL football, overall as a whole. I still got love for football. So there was a few things I remember that came to the league, and when it came to the league didn't know how to handle it, didn't know what to do, didn't know what to say, didn't know what direction to go with it. So I'm talking about a few things such as the Wildcat offense. All right. The flea flicker, the tush push that the Eagles just started, the tush push that the Eagles just started, the flea flicker, Wildcat offense. And, just remember those things. Like when it came to the league, they didn't really know what to do with it. They were excited, but at the same time, it was like, hold on, like, what is this? This is in our league, and even going back, before 1998, before I started watching the NFL when, Dion, prime time was playing on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, playing baseball in the MLB back and forth. The league just didn't know how to handle it. They love it, but at the same time, they were still ready to panic. Like, huh? Like, we're not used to this. It's like they enjoyed it, they love it, but they were still panicking, still worried, still not all the way in, And like I said, Wildcat was something. I think the Dolphins, as far as I can remember, I remember the Miami Dolphins starting it first. Like I said, I could be totally wrong on this, but growing up, like I said, from '98 to now, throughout my years of watching NFL, I can remember Miami Dolphins was one of the many of the teams that started it or was doing it. And hell, even in on Madden video games, you would run it in real life, football, you would run it in. Sometimes teams struggle, and I remember, there was some complaints that came out, a lot of shows and articles and radio stations was talking about the Wildcat, coaches came out and, you know, basically laid their opinion out, players, laid their opinion out. And the Wildcat was good, but it didn't last long because defenses figure it out, which is a good thing. And like I say, flea flicker, just trick plays in general. I mean, the league just when it happens, when we see it on the field and it actually works into like a first down or a touchdown, it wins a big game. The league is happy, everybody's excited, everybody's around the world talking about it. But at the same time, people are like, should this be allowed in our league? Should we be doing this in our league? I like it, I love it, but yeah, I don't know. Then, like I said, the teams and the coaches that can't stop it are the viewers that really not used to seeing that on the field could complain. And that could really throw it off and really throw it away. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you going back to, you know, those times, I actually enjoyed the Wildcat. I enjoyed flea flickers. We don't even see a lot of flea flickers in today's NFL, but I enjoyed Wildcat, flea flicker. Now, when it comes to the tush push, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like it, but I don't like it because it's like it can't be stopped. But I'm not gonna be on record complaining and saying, "Hey, take it out the league." Like how I'm not sure what they voted on, but I remember like what was it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, NFL coaches or owners was voting on should we keep the tush push or not. And I don't know whether they kept it or not, But a lot of NFL coaches, I think Green Bay was like the first team that actually put in a complaint saying that it needs to be taken out the game. And I think Andy Reid has something to say about it. A lot of coaches have something to say about the tush push, but from what I've heard about that tush push, a lot of the coaches didn't seem like they was down to keep. It was more like they didn't say take it out, but they didn't say, hey, let's keep it in the game. Yeah, I think even Mike Tomlin was saying something on it. So yeah, it just like I mean, it's a difficult play to stop, but you won't see me or hear me writing nothing or saying something on social media saying it needs to go away. It is a hard ass play to stop, but it's something new to the game. I think we're not used to it yet. And that's just what it is. Like we just have to get used to these things: the wildcat, the flea flickers, all the trick plays, the tush push. You know, players, in the past that laid the foundation, like primetime Deion Sanders, played football and baseball, played on both sides of the ball, cornerback and wide receiver. Like the league, they didn't know how to handle it then, and they don't know how to handle it now. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. They enjoyed it. They like it. They can put it in their highlight plays. You can talk about it. You can show it to millions of fans. That's new fans and old fans. But by the end of the day, they didn't made features like the Wildcat offense, flea flickers, and many other trick plays. Players like Primetime playing both sides of the ball and playing baseball. They didn't make it sound like it was cool to do it. Almost like we like it, but we may want to hit that panic button. I don't know if this is this for our game. You know. Now the league is so, like I say, the NFL, the league NFL is so used to the same old, same old. I repeat, the league NFL, they so used to the same old, same old. And that's the problem. You know, that's the problem. They're afraid to change the game up. They're afraid to change the game up. The NFL is so used to the same old, regular, plain Jane, you know, unless it's rules. If it's rules or play formations on defense, offense, or special teams, oh, they're going to change that up in a heartbeat. Every year they change something with the rules. Every year almost they change something with the formations on the field, whether it's special teams, offense, defense, what type of play you're running. You got to be lined up in this formation. They really strict on that and changing rules. They don't mind changing that though. But like I said, when it comes to, you know, flea flickers and wildcats and players like Primetime playing both sides of the ball and playing another sport, they not there yet. And I'm afraid they may not never get there, and that's the problem. Like real talk. They monitor their rules and formations on the field more than they monitor bringing new things to the game that actually could work, that will actually be excited to really watch and look at. You know, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. The NFL, they wasn't ready for Bo Jackson because he also laid the foundation. It was Bo Jackson. Then it was primetime Deion Sanders. They wasn't ready for Bo Jackson. They wasn't ready for prime time, and they damn sure ain't gonna be ready for Travis Hunter. I repeat, the NFL wasn't ready for Bo Jackson. They was afraid. They was concerned. Oh, he playing both games. Baseball prime time. Quarter. He playing. A half a quarter or whatever. He playing baseball. And he's a wide receiver and a cornerback. They wasn't ready for it. It was too much complaints. They love it. They enjoyed it, but at the same time, it was like we got to hit that panic button. It's changing the game. And like I say, Travis Hunter is basically falling in that same boat, that same category as the greats, Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. And I just want to keep it real and just say, like, and hell, like, did I forgot to mention? Surprisingly, what's crazy is, real quick, along with the NFL being so, they real strict and monitor on the rule changing, the formation changing. Let me throw in this before I forget. The jerseys, okay? The jersey numbers, they real strict on those jersey numbers now. But it's kind of strict in a loose way strict. Now they letting you wear what number you want to wear. But remember years ago, like when I started watching football, when you started watching football, players like Michael Parsons couldn't wear 11 on defense. You know what I'm saying? If you wear 11 on a jersey, you more than likely an offensive player. You're a wide receiver, you're a quarterback, but you wasn't playing linebacker at, wearing number 11 on the defense years ago, like 98, 99, 2000, even before 98, before I started watching football. But now they let loose. I don't know what got into them, but they let you wear what you want to wear now. If you want to wear double zero, zero, don't matter what side of the ball. So if they can be so loose, like, they strict on it, used to. Now they just, the strictness has been loose. Hey, you can wear what number you want to wear. So you put the rules, uh, formations on defense, offense, special teams, along with throwing in a custom jersey number that they want to wear. It don't matter what side of the ball you play, you can wear any number. If you're a quarterback, you can actually wear 55, whatever you want to wear. You know what I'm saying? But if they can do all this, right? If they can be so monitored and heavy on their rules and formations and be so loose, loosen the strictness, untie the strictness for the jersey numbers, why can't you do it for Travis Hunter? That's what I'm leading into today. Travis Hunter, we got an NFL draft tomorrow, and it's been a big, talk all around the world. Everybody weighing in, throwing in their 10 cents, their 2 cents, whatever you want to call it, on what he should play, both sides of the ball. And I just think it's messed up. They allow players to wear whatever jerseys they want, but when it comes to Travis Hunter, they not with it. They not with this, playing both sides of the ball. NFL teams are not with it. Head coaches is basically just not on board. They not with it. They not willing to let loose of the same old, same old. They're not willing to let loose of the same old, same old. Everybody's afraid. You know, everybody's afraid for this man to play both sides of the ball. They were afraid when Bo Jackson did it from baseball to football. They were afraid when Primetime did it from cornerback to wide receiver and playing baseball, but they enjoyed it. Those are historic moments in the game. You can put those in a highlight reel, and a fan that never watched football wants to become a fan will more than likely become a fan because of what he or she have seen from Bo Jackson and Dion. You know what I'm saying? And I think Travis Hunter can be that new wave to really open up the doors even more where it's actually allowed. Just like how the jersey numbers allowed, like players like Michael Parsons can wear number 11 on defense. I think a player like Travis Hunter and his skill set can be the foundation of really letting it be allowed, not sneaking in some packages here and there, or it's 3rd and 3. They put Travis Hunter in at wide receiver and he caught a slant and he scored. I'm talking about something beyond that. Actually letting it loose. Like, how we watch football and they show the players headshot picture and they, either got it written, wide receiver or cornerback, or either like on Sunday Night Football, they actually say, hey, I'm Clarence Jones, University of South Carolina, running back. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. So I feel like just let it loose. Let it be. When Travis Hunter turn come up to, hey, I'm Travis Hunter, University of Colorado, wide receiver and cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can be so, with the rules, so focused on the rules and the formations and letting it loose with the jerseys, it's time to let players like Travis Hunter, because you're going to have a few more players, not a lot, because everybody ain't blessed to have that skill set like Travis Hunter and, Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders, but you're going to have some more players after Travis Hunter that's going to be coming in and really want to display both sides of the ball, because that can possibly bring you more money off the field and on the field. It can bring more excitement to the game. It can bring more marketing to the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of all this. Oh, he might get hurt, or these are grown men, and I mean he can get hurt playing one side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like why is NFL coaches and NFL in general have not accepted the fact that just let it be. The man is great on both sides of the ball. You saw what he did at Jackson State. You saw what he did at Colorado. Let it be. Squeeze all the juice out the lemon. I thought that what the game was about. Letting players play up to their best abilities. And if you're taking one side of the ball away from Hunter, you're cutting your team short on possibly winning regular season games. You're cutting your team short on possibly making the playoffs, a higher seed, getting to the Super Bowl. Miss me with all this package stuff. I mean, let this man play both sides of the ball because he's that damn great. He's in the same category with the Bo Jacksons and Deion Sanders. Like I said, although he can get hurt, or this is a grown man's league. Okay, so what you trying to say? He can't compete? Come on now. I mean, don't make sense. It's time for the league to lighten up. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, how much excitement and marketing that could bring to the NFL. Now I get it. Oh, NFL already big, man. They playing overseas and all these countries, and they don't need no more marketing. You always need more marketing. Don't matter what you do. If you got a business, whether you're working for a company or you got your own company, there's no limits to marketing or more excitement. Never shut the door on more marketing, more excitement. They can bring in more fans, sell more jerseys. If you got players like Travis Hunter actually playing both sides of the ball, no restrictions, no package stuff. Let that man play both sides of the ball. Oh, he might get tired. Well, if he get tired one or two plays, take him out, sub him out for a few plays, put him back in. Everybody get tired on the field. So I really want to see the NFL let loose, like on that side, as far as letting players play both sides of the ball. If you got a linebacker that also good at running back, let it be. You got a tight end that's also good at defensive end. Let it be. Let them play both sides of the ball if they're that talented. Because at the end of the day, you want to look at it as a lemon. And you're squeezing that juice because you're trying to make Kool-Aid. You're trying to make lemonade out of lemons. You want to get all that juice out. Don't cut yourself short. I want to see Travis Hunter play both sides of the ball. I'm not worried about him getting hurt. If he get hurt, he'll bounce back. Like I said, he can get hurt on playing one side of the ball. And I get it. Oh, well, if he can get hurt on one side of the ball, Clarence, how you think it'd be if he was to play on both sides? He can possibly get hurt much quicker. That's too much if. That's too much worry. That's too much. You're cutting your team short. You're afraid. At the end of the day, is it going to be the money issue or you feel like he may step into an office, talk to his GM, talk to his head coach and say, hey, or his agent may say, hey, we deserve more money. If you're afraid of that and if that's the whole up, shame on you. At the end of the day, you want to pay the player what he's worth in the NFL. All right. And I'm pretty sure Travis Hunter will be worth twice as much as a wide receiver and as a cornerback. It is time to let loose. Because I was shocked. I don't know about you, but I was shocked when they started allowing players to just wear any jersey they want. As far as like a jersey number, I was like, damn, Michael Parsons wearing 11? Wow. That cornerback wearing what number? Wow. Number 1? Wow. You know what I'm saying? I think what's the guy named Trayvon Diggs? I think it's Stephon Diggs' brother for the Cowboys. I think he wears number 1 as a cornerback or safety. And it looks cool. It looks pretty damn cool. But they let loose on that. But you can't let loose on letting players play on both sides of the ball. Whether it's a coach's decision or if it's coming from the NFL front office, it needs to let loose. Because they were basically half stepping around it when Bo Jackson was playing both sides. It was still some type of complaints here and there. They love it. But it was like, everybody won't be able to do that. Everybody won't be able to do that. Players won't, we let it slide for him. Or when Prime did, we let it slide for Prime, but we're not going to allow that. But I'm telling you, it's going to be more players like Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, and Travis Hunter. May not be as great as those three, but it's going to be more players coming in the league that has talent on both sides of the ball. And I think letting Travis Hunter do this now, the draft is tomorrow. Letting Travis Hunter open up the new wave where it's actually allowed, where you don't got to sneak in a package here and there or a small play here and there on 3rd and 3. It actually allowed. If they could let it go to that level, ladies and gentlemen, I think it'd bring more marketing, more excitement to football. Imagine being able to do that on Madden or career mode because the NFL is doing it in real life. I'm just saying they need to let loose. All right. Don't cut yourself short, NFL head coaches, NFL in general. Let Travis Hunter play both sides of the ball. If that's what he wants, let it be. Stop getting that he might get hurt or he may get tired quick or a player get hurt just as fast playing one side of the ball. I don't want to take that risk. Stop it. Because at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses and as well as relationships. But at the end of the day, if you ain't winning, you ain't getting your team to the playoffs, you ain't winning your division, every year you getting bounced out early, that relationship going to go down the drain and you're going to get fired. It's about relationships, but you got to get those dubs too. And you want to get those dubs by putting the best players on the field, regardless of what side of the ball it is. If you can let players play on special teams and offense, or if you can let players play on special teams and defense, why can't you do it for Travis Hunter? Let them play on both sides of the ball. It's time to get, you know, let loose. Get rid of that same old habit where you're not used to change. You're afraid of change. You're afraid of something new. Hell, you're going overseas to play football, NFL. You're traveling to all over the country. You didn't always did that. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the NFL just always kept everything in the U.S. Now they all over the place. Monday night, Thursday night, Sundays. They travel all over the world, worldwide. So if you put all these things in here that's new, jersey, numbers can be added on any side of the ball. It don't matter. Games is overseas outside of the United States of America. You're changing special team rules every year. You're changing offensive defensive rules every year. Come on. Come on. Keep the tush push. Even though players, complaining, coaches complaining, it's hard to stop. Keep it, because eventually some team or teams will eventually figure it out. Just like the Wildcat. The Wildcat for a minute was tough, but it got figured out. Also want to throw in Shedeur Sanders. Okay, all this negative down talk, personal hate and criticism that some of you media are doing. I'm the media as well, but I'm not doing that. I want to see everyone in the draft succeed. And we won't truly know how these players are going to be until, they play on their field. But what Shedeur Sanders is getting right now, all this negative down talk, personal hate and criticism, oh, he's going to drop in the draft, he's not going to get picked top 5 and top 3. If all that crap you're saying is true, just know it's going to work out in his favor. If all that you're saying is true about how he's going to drop in the draft, he's not better than Cam Ward, he's not going to be in the top 5. Jackson is better than him. All this stuff that I'm hearing, he's going to drop to the Saints. He's going to drop to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If that's true, just know it's going to work in his favor. You know why? Because he'd be finding himself on a playoff contending team. Saints is a playoff contending team. They're in the division where they can win a division. Even though I'm a Falcon fan, go Falcons. The Saints can win their division. They got good players. They got a good coach that they just hired. If he drops to Pittsburgh, arguably Pittsburgh is a quarterback away. So if he drops, he's going to be good because he'd be in a system where he don't got to worry about losing all the time. Most times when you get picking that top 5, that top 3 or top 10, as a quarterback, you find yourself struggling. Even you're not starting or you're forcing to start and you're just out there throwing interceptions left to right. Your coach got fired in year 2, so you got a new coach coming in. Then that coach get fired, and never before you know, like your career is based on, damn, he can't keep an offensive coordinator. Damn, he can't keep a coach. So for someone like Shedeur Sanders, I'm sitting back and like, okay, all right. I'm folding my hands. Like, okay, you think I'm going to fall to the Saints? You think I'm going to fall to the Steelers? Let me fall to the Saints. Let me fall to the Steelers, because when I do, I know I may not start year 1 or year 2. I may start year 1 or year 2, but I know I'm going to be on a playoff contending team. I'm going to have a chance to get playoff experience. I'm going to be in a good system. You know why? Because I'm with a playoff contending team. Unlike those teams that are going to be picking top 5, top 10, they're not playoff contending teams. They're not guaranteed to have their coach in 2 or 3 years. And if you're a rookie on your first year, going in your second year, from your second year to your third year, you changing coaches getting fired, the system ain't working, you basically looking like crap. Like your career is going to be hard to come back from. Anybody ain't Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield had a tough one. I mean, how much head coaches he had? How much offense coordinators he had? But luckily, he got with the right team, Tampa Bay, and his career is remade. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can't do it like Baker. So if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm sitting back and like, I ain't okay. Like I said, let me fall to these teams. I don't have to fall to the Giants. I don't have to fall to the Titans or the Browns. I'm fine with the Saints. I'm fine with the Steelers because I got a chance to compete for the starting job. Because right now the Saints don't have a quarterback with Derek Carr, his injury. Pittsburgh, they don't have a quarterback. So if Shedeur falls to those teams, he can easily come in and get the starting job. He can compete for it. And if you win it, he's a starter. And he'd be in a good system. That's the thing. He'd be in a good system. That's what some of you are failing to realize. You're failing to realize. You're failing to realize that. So just keep hating on the man, all the negative down talk. Oh, he's this, he's that. He's a terrible interviewer. Oh, he's cocky. Get out your feelings. Put your feelings in your pocket. Shut the hell up. Do your job. Don't take it personal. A lot of people on these networks that I ain't gonna name out, you you're taking this man personal. You hate because he wears hat backwards. That bother you. You hate that he got a gold chain on. That bother you. You hate that he got a ring on. That bother you. It's just like, damn, can the man be himself without you hating? It's okay to do your job, but I feel like a lot of this criticism is just pure hate because of who he is. Oh, that's Deion's son. I didn't like Deion, so I'm just not gonna like Shedeur. Get out your damn feelings, put your damn feelings in your pocket and do your job. So, like I said, if I'm Shedeur, I'm sitting back. Because even if I don't, fall in that top 10, if I fall in the top, hell, I don't know, 10 to 15 or 15 to 21, 21 to 25, it's okay. Because that tells me I'm going to be with a team that's playoff contending and a good system. I can be able to learn and grow and possibly be a starter in year one, if not year two, year three. While those other quarterbacks that are getting picked early could be on their new coach already. New system, new coach, new system. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to go through that. So I'm not sure what all this hate is for, but it is what it is. Like I said, most rookies, they struggle they first year and they end up getting a new coach. So Shedeur will be all right. But damn, all this is mostly personal, I think. I'm hearing it, I'm like, yeah, this is personal. This is a lot of just personals. And if I'm Shedeur, I'm just sitting back, waiting to fall to that playoff contending team with a good system. But like I say, if all that is true, you're saying, if you really think he's gonna fall, he'd be good. All right. And even if he don't fall, let's say he get picked in the top 10 or top 5, he'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? Because the man is willing to learn. His dad trained him well. He prepared himself, and we all have stuff to work on. It don't matter what career you do, reporting, football. So we acting like this man got to come in perfect. He don't have to come in perfect. Cam Ward not gonna come in perfect. All right. So Shedeur Sanders don't have to be perfect if he get picks in the top 5. But like I say, if all that is true, that what you're saying, okay, about he going to drop to the Saints or he going to drop in that top 15 or top 20, he going to get picked somewhere down the bottom of the draft, he going to be good. The man been named and tied to the Jets, the Saints, Steelers. Who, if they get him, he got a chance to make the playoffs or a good system that can possibly push for a playoff spot. Unlike that top 5 or top 10, you ain't guaranteed to make the playoffs at all. You ain't guaranteed to have your coach at all. Look around the league. Look at how many rookie quarterbacks on their new coach already are on a new system in their third year or their second year. They just get new coordinators after coordinators, new head coaches. It don't always work right when you get picked at the top. But man, some of you take your feelings and put them in your damn pocket. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I appreciate your support. Follow me. I'll follow you back on Twitter X @_ Clarence Jones. Stay alert for fitness sessions, camps, clinics, blogs, podcasts, and fantasy football at www.playprogressgrow.com. Playprogressgo.com. All right. It's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. Enjoy the NFL draft. And go Falcons. Let's make something happen. What we going to do with Kirk Cousins? Is there going to be any other surprises this year? Like how they surprised us with Michael Penix? That was a big surprise last year. Like, what the hell? With the 8th pick, we got a quarterback. Hey, we got Kirk. I'm saying, I hope it don't be no surprises tomorrow. But I'll be tuning in my Falcons gear. I'm gonna post it on social media. And Falcon fans, let's just sit back and see what happened with our team. And other than that, shouts out, congratulations to everyone that's part of the NFL draft 2025 process. Whether you get drafted or not, do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your career and your dreams. Keep fighting, keep grinding, keep striving, and make the best situation with the best that you can do. Always do your best and just let the chips roll. God bless. Be safe. Peace.